Hello everyone, this is Moni, creator of the 9 Steps to Feng Shui system. And I'm doing this live video to talk about the color for the front door and why that's important and what you shouldn't do and the right way to find out what to do. So the color of your front door is important because the color makes your door remarkable. It is also important because as you paint or repaint your door, you give it a new finish. And so every so many years, you should be evaluating the color of your front door in case you need to change it or in case you even just need to repaint it. Because the color is going to fade, the door's going to get stained, it's going to get scratched. So it's a really good idea to review the color of your door and see if you're happy with the color of your door every so often, right? The color of the door helps you make the door more noticeable or less noticeable. Now, in Feng Shui, we believe your door should be more noticeable because the more noticeable it is, the more attention it attracts, and Qi, the life force, follows attention. So the more attention calling your door is, the better. Now, this doesn't mean that you're going to paint your front door in like fluorescent colors, just to call attention. You have to choose colors that blend in with all the other colors in your home. I want to talk to you about what not to do. One thing that you shouldn't do is you should not paint your color according to the compass direction. So there are some Feng Shui consultants and even some Feng Shui teachers that say, oh, your door's facing south, paint it red. Your door's facing north, paint it black. Your door's facing west, paint it white. Your door's facing east, paint it green. That is not the proper way to choose colors for your door. There's other teachers and Feng Shui consultants that tell you that you need to do a calculation based on whether you're a male or a female and whether you, with your date of birth, right? And that's going to give you certain positive and negative directions, and that's going to give you certain colors that are good for you and colors that are not good for you. Do not believe that. That does not work. I've seen plenty of people who chose their colors in this way and ended up with a color they didn't like, with a color that didn't look good on their home, a color that every time they came home, it brought them down because they felt depleted at having to look at something they don't like. So that is not a good way to choose colors. You often see in Feng Shui that a red door is recommended. That is because the color red has a symbolism of protection from heaven. And so that is one reason why the color red is recommended. But you don't have to paint your door red. You do not have to do that if you don't like it, right? It would be ridiculous for you to paint your door red because you read in a Feng Shui book that it should be red and you don't like red. So don't do things that you don't like because you're going to have to live with them every time you come home. And so for your door to be noticeable, it doesn't have to be red. It can be any bright color, any color you love. Now, if you want that protection from heaven that comes with the color red, you can add planters that have the red color. You can add plants that have red flowers. There's all sorts of things that you can do if you want to bring in that protection from the color red. But you don't have to do that even, right? Because there's other things. Your door is not just your door. Technically, your door is just an opening that is cut out in a wall. So you cut out an open, then you put some hinges on it and something that swings so that you can go in and out. And from the functional perspective, that's all a door is. But in Feng Shui terms, your door is not just the door. Your door is the metal piece or wooden piece that is the door, but also what's on the sides, also the frame around you. Also, if you have an awning, your entrance is much broader than just a piece of metal or a piece of wood that you call a door. So when we're doing Feng Shui, we're trying to create a grand entrance. Now, this grand entrance needs to be in proportion to the kind of home you have. I have seen some people that, for example, flip homes, and they're buying a home and they're going to fix it, and they're trying to make the home look more grand in order to get more money from it. And one of the things they do is they put a door that is really pretty and really remarkable, but that door may be too big for the home, or that door may be completely in disagreement with the style of the home. And so we want you to have a grand entrance that is proportionate to the size of the home, that is proportionate to the area of your facade, the front of your home, and that meshes well with everything that you have in your curb appeal. And at the same time, it's in balance, in harmony with the colors, but with enough contrast that it calls attention so that when somebody comes near your home and they see the door, immediately that they can scan your home and see the door immediately. And you would think this is pretty easy to do, or that it happens all the time, that as soon as you go to a home you should be able to see the door. But there's so many homes where you can just figure out where the door is. Or there's a lot of homes also where the door is receded and you have to kind of go like through an outdoor hallway that is kind of like a tunnel in order to get to the door. So that's a different kind of problem that you need to solve. When your door is sunken in, you have to use colors and other features to make the door stand out and feel like it's not so sunken in. Your front door represents both how you set boundaries with other people, how do you set those limits between the outside life and the inner life. And it's very symbolic of what you allow to happen in your life. So being assertive is part of that. When you work on your front door, your front entrance, you may find that you have a change in your attitude. Your front entrance needs to show that you have high self-esteem. Your front entrance will always show what kind of self-esteem you have. And so if you have high self-esteem, it should show high self-esteem. But if you have low self-esteem, a good door, a door that shows that you have high self-esteem, is going to help you raise your self-esteem. So don't ignore the importance of your front door. I find a lot of people that are like, oh, the front door, I never use that, because they come in through the garage or through the kitchen door. Your front door is still very important, even if you seldom use it, because it is where people's attention is directed as they go by your home. This is, it's important to remember, right, that all doors are portals and they're symbolic of separating realms. So there's a realm of being outside, the outside world over which you don't have a lot of control, and there's the inside world where your power resides. So that is where you get to make the decisions, right? And so this think of it as a magical portal. And so it needs to feel magical to you. It needs to be beautiful. It needs to be in a color you love, so that when you open the door, you feel welcome. So think about the idea. Think about this idea of the grand entrance and think about what you could do in your home to make your entrance a little more grand. And at the same time, keep in mind that if you have a starter home, a ranch home, 1,000 square feet, you are not, probably it's not going to look good to go to the store and get the kind of door that you would put in a mansion. That's going to look disproportionate, right? And so you have to look at your square footage, you have to look at the style of the home, and you have to find a door that is remarkable and beautiful without looking pretentious. And finding that right balance for your home is going to be very positive for you. When choosing the color of your front door, again, the most important thing is that you and your family members like it, but you also have to make sure that it's not creating clashes with the other colors on your walls or with the elements in your whole curb appeal and facade. So what we're doing in the Feng Shui Dream Home Creation Lab this week is that I'm going to be helping people figure out if the current colors of their homes are the best, or their doors on their homes are the best colors for their homes right now and for them. And if they're not, then we're going to see about how they could be changed, or how the colors around them or above them could be changed in order to make it a better door for their home, a better home for themselves and their families. So that's what we're talking about. I'm going to be adding the link if you would like to join, so that you can also get this valuable feedback in how your door is helping or hurting your facade. and as a consequence of that, the energy in your life and what could be done to improve that. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you again next Tuesday.